In ancient India, knowledge was passed down through generations, not owned, but shared, a sacred inheritance of all humankind. Today, we stand at a crossroads where artificial intelligence is reshaping how knowledge is created, stored, and even owned. But what does ownership of knowledge truly mean? And what can the wisdom of the Vedas teach us in an age dominated by AI? The Vedas, some of the most ancient texts known to humanity, were never considered private property. They were revealed knowledge, shruti, meant to be preserved and shared through oral traditions. In the Gurukul system, students received education not for personal gain but for the betterment of society. The verse, "Let noble thoughts come to us from all directions" from Rig Veda 1.89.1 reflects an open-source philosophy where knowledge was never meant to be restricted to a privileged few. Instead, it was envisioned as a shared resource, flowing freely, evolving, and expanding as it reached more minds. In this ancient perspective, wisdom belonged to all, not to individuals. But with the advent of the modern era, this approach gradually transformed, leading to the emergence of intellectual property laws and exclusive ownership of ideas. Over time, the concept of knowledge changed. The printing press revolutionized access to information, but it also introduced the idea of authorship and intellectual property. As industries grew, knowledge became a commodity, patented, copyrighted, and sold. Today, corporations fiercely guard their knowledge through patents and copyrights. Universities and scientific institutions often restrict research behind paywalls. And now, with AI generating new content, a fundamental question arises: who owns machine-generated knowledge? Artificial intelligence is reshaping the very nature of knowledge creation. AI systems are trained on vast datasets, books, articles, research papers, and artworks, often without explicit permission from the original creators. But when an AI generates a new piece of music or writes an article, who owns it? The company that built the model? The data sources that trained it? Or does it belong to no one? As AI advances, the traditional boundaries of intellectual property are being challenged. Just as Vedic traditions emphasized open knowledge, we must rethink our frameworks for ownership in this new digital era. The debate on AI ownership is not just legal, it is deeply philosophical. Can something that is not conscious claim authorship? Can a company claim sole ownership of knowledge built upon human contributions? The Vedic tradition offers an alternative view, one where knowledge is not owned, but nurtured and shared for the collective good. In ancient India, knowledge was seen as a form of dana, or sacred giving. Teachers passed on wisdom without expecting personal gain. Even scientific advancements, from Aryabhata's astronomical calculations to Brahmagupta's contributions to mathematics, were documented with the intent of universal benefit rather than financial profit. If we apply these ancient principles to today's AI-driven world, what can we learn? Can we design an ethical AI ecosystem where knowledge remains open and accessible rather than monopolized? Many experts argue for an open-source model where AI-generated content is freely available for public benefit, similar to how the Vedic seers viewed knowledge as a shared resource. Others believe that without financial incentives, innovation could slow down. Where do we draw the line? These debates are already shaping global policies. Governments are struggling to define AI authorship, and legal frameworks are being rewritten to accommodate this technological revolution. But in the rush to regulate, have we forgotten the wisdom of the past? Perhaps the answer lies in a balance, neither the complete commercialization of AI knowledge nor unrestricted anarchy. The Vedic tradition teaches us that true wisdom is not about ownership but about responsibility. As we enter an age where AI can generate knowledge faster than ever before, we must ask ourselves, is our goal to control knowledge, or to elevate humanity? At Physical Sciences Consultorium, we explore the intersections of science, philosophy, and technology. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, subscribe to our channel and join the conversation. The future of knowledge is in our hands. Let's shape it wisely.